creatures. To live, I had to make myself more than what I was. To forge myself into a weapon. I am returning. Not the boy who was shipwrecked, but the man who will bring justice to those who have poisoned my city. My name is Oliver Queen.
Okay, guys, today we're going to be talking about my favorite CW, comic-based CW show, Arrow. And I am going to be listing my top 5 favorite episodes of Arrow thus far. Now, before we get into this, I don't have any from Season 4 or Season 5 in here because there hasn't been enough Season 5 to pick from, and I just didn't like Season 4. Okay. Number 5. The Climb. Season 3, Episode 9.
Don't be afraid, my son. Death comes for us all. We can only evade it so long. Consider this an honorable exit.
In this episode, Oliver is forced by Ra's al Ghul to climb to Nana Parbat to face him in combat. Otherwise, he will kill all of the other ones that he's loved. This show emphasizes Ra's way better than most other episodes prior to this. It shows more League of Assassins stuff like Nissa al Ghul. Like I said, it really highlights Ra's more. You get more information than you had before. The reason why it's one of my favorite episodes is because of the fight scene. Obviously, you saw a little clip of the fight scene with the swords between Oliver and Ra's. It was one of the most intense fight scenes in the series thus far. Obviously, with Ra's coming out the victor and pushing Oliver off the side of a cliff, but it was still an awesome fight. Now let's move on to my number 4. Number 4, The Brave and the Bold, Season 3, Episode 8. Now the reason why this is my number 4 is because this is the first example of a crossover in the Arrowverse between the Flash and the Arrow at this point. This is the first time that Starling City had seen the Scarlet Speedster because he had just came on Central City because the Flash TV series had just started at this point. It's an epic an epic episode, because they're trying to take down Captain Boomerang together, which makes for some pretty cool stuff. He was played by Nick Torrabe, sorry if I pronounced that wrong, which was awesome. And here's a little clip.
Think there's anywhere in the world you could run we won't find you?
Probably not, which is why I have a contingency in place. 5 bombs planted throughout Sterling. Now, you can stop me, or you can solve the bombs. But you can't do both.
And now let's move on to my next one. Number 3, The Odyssey, Season 1, Episode 14.
Moira Queen, you have failed this city.
In this episode, Oliver, after confronting his mother there, is shot and is injured, and Diggle and Felicity have to repair him, help him get better, whatever. And while he's in surgery, quote-unquote, flashbacks take over to his first attempt with Slade Wilson to escape Lian Yu. They're trying to take an airstrip and hijack a rendezvous plane, and they can get off the island. This is the first big step that Oliver took from playboy to an actual soldier in his attempts to become the Arrow later on in life. This is him training with Slade, and Slade's first look at his mask, which Oliver thought was the man who tortured him earlier in the season. We get an awesome fight scene between Bill Wintergreen, the guy who tortured Oliver, and Slade, who were originally partners, who were a part of the Australian government, which was pretty cool. Slade blowing up their camp. And now let's move on to my next one. Number 2, Sacrifice, Season 1, Episode 23. Most people I've seen on the internet have said this is their number 1, but I put it at the number 2 because it is really cool, highlighting the Dark Archer and Malcolm Merlyn trying to destroy the Glades with an earthquake machine made by Globodac Industries. Probably butchered that. But there's the machine there with Captain Lance looking at it, trying to stop it or disarm it. We have an awesome fight scene toward the end with Oliver and Malcolm, and I'll let you watch that now.
So tell me, are you ready to die?
I know it's just a little spoiler, but and the Glades do get destroyed, and a total of 503 people were killed in the process, which is the big story arc for season 2. And one of the members of, one of the people that died was Tommy and Merlin. And now, my number 1. Number 1, Pilot. Season 1, Episode 1. Can't beat the classics, even in Arrow. This episode is still my all-time favorite. In this episode, it is revealed that Oliver has changed on the island and has now come back to wage a one-man war on crime in Starling City with a list and a bow and arrow that his dad gave him. Well, he gave him the list, not the bow and arrow. The bow and arrow was actually given to him by Talia al Ghul later in Season 4 flashbacks. But this shows how he is going to take down some of these corrupt people in his city. And that is how he became the Green Arrow later on in Season 4. But to start with, he was the Hood, then the Arrow, and then the Green Arrow later on, like I said.
She says the island changed me. She has no idea how much. There are many more names on the list. Those who rule my city through intimidation and fear. Every last one of them will wish I had died on that island.
Okay guys, thanks for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe and share this channel with your friends. It's only me now, so I'll see you next time.